For years, financial expert, radio host, and best-selling author Dave Ramsey has been telling America how to get out of debt and save money. So it's no surprise that fans have often wanted his advice on teaching kids about money, just like he taught his own kids. Well, in the new book, Smart Money, Smart Kids, Dave teamed up with his daughter, Rachel Cruze, to share the money strategies that worked for their family. We're delighted to have Dave and Rachel joining us today. Great to see you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, okay, so this book chronicles what it was like growing up in the Ramsey household, where money wasn't always the easiest thing to come by, right?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you guys went through your own financial challenges.
Well, I think most people around here know that we filed bankruptcy about 25 years ago and had to start completely over. And that was the start of our whole story of learning how to handle money.
Yeah, yeah. What was it like growing up with Dad as a financial advisor?
Dave Ramsey's kid.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I think some people think we had like mutual fund parties and like all this stuff, but that was not the case. You know, Mom and Dad, they were intentional with teaching us how money works. And so now as an adult, I see what a strong foundation they gave us, and that's really what inspired us to write the book.
Yeah. Did you always follow Dad's advice?
I did. I'm a spender naturally, so I enjoyed spending money more than saving it. So they definitely had to build that muscle in me, if you will, of saving money. So I was a little bit rebellious in that sense. But for the most part, I mean, it's kind of common sense. I feel like you can't really fight it.
Sure, sure. Dave, why was it important to write this book now, in these times?
Well, you know, I think for us, we kind of have to live a book before we write it. And so Financial Peace was when we went broke and we were getting out, and then, you know, the Entree Leadership material is from running our business all these years, and this book is now our kids are grown and they're not kids anymore. And this one was born the year we filed bankruptcy, so the irony of ironies. And she gets to do the book with me, and we're traveling all over the nation talking about it. So your kids are your do-over. No matter how stupid you are, your kids give you a clean slate, right?
Yeah, that's nice. And you do get a chance to hopefully instill in them the lessons that you've learned yourself. It's so hard, I think, with children to teach them not to feel entitled. How do you work with that? Contentment is one of the chapters in the book that I think really resonates with people.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, that's when people's favorite chapter is this chapter on contentment. And I think, you know, there's kind of a streamline to get to contentment, but I think one of the first steps is gratitude and teaching your kids to be grateful. And out of that, I think, is a heart of giving. And so teaching your kids to give. And we say in the book, you know, with your little kids, teach them to give, save, and spend. But that giving aspect is so key. And I think kids that give and they live with an open hand, they're grateful. And when you're grateful, it's hard to be discontent.
Yeah, I think that's really true. How early can you start with children to teach them money lessons?
Well, don't be too hardcore and send them to the salt mines or something, but we do want to start around 4 years old. And each kid's wired a little different, so you can lean in on some of them. They like it more than others. Some of them are a little more nerdy, like I was. I was a little nerd, and so. But around 4 years old, we start the first lesson, which is work. And work is a good thing to learn. I meet 54-year-olds who haven't learned that, so
right.
it's a good thing to learn. That's where money comes from, and so help them clean up their room, and then they get all the credit for cleaning up the room, and you pay them right there on the spot, and it's a lot of grace at that age. And then you get more intense and more detailed as the age comes along, because basically we're preparing them to launch.
Yeah, definitely, and you hope they launch successfully, just as yours has.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, nice to have you all with us.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you as such a long-standing member of our Talk of the Town family. You've been with us a long time.
I've been coming around here so long I had hair when I started. I mean, it's a long time. Back when the Debbie Allen, Harry Chapman days, I mean, wow, back in the day.
Back in the day, and we're grateful you're still with us. Thanks
Well,
to both of you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Dave and Rachel are going to be signing copies of their newest book tonight at 6 p.m. at Barnes & Noble in Brentwood. By the way, if you are there, you are eligible to win a $2,000 college scholarship. So somebody who's there is going to win that tonight. So that's coming up tonight at 6. I hope you'll be there.